Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Ethereum is playing out a bullish pattern on the smaller timeframes, and we're still holding above this important line of support, and this bull market is still playing out very similar to the last bull market. I will be covering all of that and more in this video, so make sure you're sticking around all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to hit the like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame to start off with. And what we can see here is a bullish divergence forming on this 4-hour chart, which for the beginners out there, that's when we see a low and a lower low in the price. And then in the price oscillators, so for example, in the RSI and the MACD, we see a low and a higher low form, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. And a bullish divergence basically means that the sellers are losing momentum. So in the immediate short term, I do expect reduced selling pressure for Ethereum, as in more sideways consolidation or perhaps a slight bounce back to the upside. Sometimes these bullish divergences can act as a reversal signal, potentially showing us the bottom for this correction and getting us ready for another move back to the upside. But once again, that is only in some cases for bullish divergences. Really, the most common case is just reduced selling pressure, like I was just saying, with either a sideways consolidation or a slight bounce back to the upside. And something else to consider here on the 4-hour chart is the fact that both of these lows just here were also in oversold territories on the RSI. So this goes to show that the potential downside price action for Ethereum in the short term is very limited, as in we're really starting to bottom out here, at least in the short term. Obviously, it's not impossible for Ethereum to head a little bit lower later on, but just talking about the immediate short term, as in over the next few hours and potentially over the next few days, it's really quite likely that we'd hold these current levels coming in at approximately 4.1k, give or take. And zooming out to the 12-hour chart for Ethereum, this line of support just below 4.1k has been the same line of support that I've been telling you about for over a week now, ever since Ethereum was at around 4.7k. Back then, I said in a bearish scenario, I would expect Ethereum to find a lot of support at this exact price range just here. And that's exactly what we've seen so far, with the exception of one small dip to the downside just the other day. And what you'll notice with that brief dip to the downside below this level of support that we saw just the other day, that brought the 12-hour RSI right up close to oversold territories. We didn't quite get there, but we basically got to the very bottom of the purple RSI band. And simply going back on the chart and taking a look at the last few times that the Ethereum RSI on the 12-hour chart reached those exact levels just here, every single one of those times came in confluence with a major market bottom for Ethereum, just as we're getting ready for another massive move back to the upside. In fact, back in May this year, if you simply bought Ethereum when the 12-hour RSI was entering into oversold territories, then over the next 3 days, you would have made nearly a 70% gain. And this next time round, back in June this year, you would have made around a 42% gain if you simply bought when the RSI was at these oversold levels. And the next time after that was during July this year. And once again, if you simply bought when the RSI was at those lower levels, up to the next peak, that was around a 135% gain in just 1.5 months. Looking at the time after that, if you simply bought at the end of September when the RSI was close to these oversold levels on the 12-hour chart, then that would have given you a gain of around 83% over the next 1.5 months. So basically, after Ethereum experiences a lot of bearish price action, after we've seen a correction that brings the RSI down towards these low levels, towards oversold territories, historically speaking, what's around the corner for the next 1 to 2 months is a gain of at least 30 to 40% and possibly over 100%. And once again, that is simply just based on all of this data that we have in front of us. So as far as my Ethereum strategy goes, personally, I am dollar cost averaging into Ethereum right now. And if Ethereum can somehow make it towards this 120-day SMA, then that is currently coming in at around $3,500 US, but soon it will be coming in at more like 3.6k. And as I've said in all of my recent Ethereum update videos, if Ethereum makes it down towards those levels, that is where I would be buying the most amount of Ethereum. But of course, that is not financial advice. That's just giving you an inside look of my personal Ethereum strategy. As always, it's important to do your own research and come up with your own decisions in these markets. And now zooming out to the weekly time frame for Ethereum. The chart on the right, by the way, is the current bull market of this year, and the chart on the left is the last bull market for Ethereum back in 2017, but on the same time frame. And what's very interesting about both of these bull cycles is the fact that the first half of the year was extremely bullish up until the middle of the year. Then Ethereum entered a huge crash back to the downside back in 2017, talking about June and July in particular, and that's exactly what has happened this year. And then leading into August 2017, we had a very bullish recovery for Ethereum, almost back up towards the all-time high, but we didn't quite make it there. Exactly like what's happened this year. As you can see, in August 2021, we had a bullish recovery close to the all-time high, but we didn't quite make it there. And then in September 2017, we had a bearish month with one more correction to the downside, exactly like what we've seen this year. And then leading into October 2017, we were looking bullish, exactly like what we're seeing this year. And then in around November, we saw one break above the all-time high with a very bullish weekly candle, just like what we've seen right here at the very beginning of November. And then what came next in the 2017 bull market was one weekly candle that was almost neutral. We almost went nowhere in that next weekly candle, just like what we've seen right here. And then the next weekly candle, which is the one that we're on right now, was a pretty bearish week. We did actually see quite a pullback in that week, exactly like what we are seeing right now. But if you notice back in the 2017 price action, that weekly candle closed back above that previous all-time high level. So Ethereum has just over 2 days left on this weekly candle. And if we can close this weekly candle just above the previous all-time high level that we set back in May this year, coming in at just below 4.4K, then that would keep Ethereum exactly on track for what we saw play out in 2017. And I'm sure you can see what came next for Ethereum over the next few weeks and months. And so this potential bullish price action that is still to come over the next few weeks and months strongly aligns to what we're seeing on this 12-hour time frame with the RSI towards these oversold levels, giving us very limited room to the downside. So it's not impossible for us to go to the downside, but once again, very limited room to the downside, but much more room to the upside. All of that combines with the fact that currently we are sitting in fear across the markets, which historically speaking has meant that a bottom is very close if we haven't seen it already, and that more bullish price action is on the way potentially over the next few weeks and months. So what we have is a basket of different indicators and patterns across many different time frames, all pointing towards a very similar outcome over the next few weeks and months, and that is more bullish price action. Of course, in the shorter term, once again, it's not impossible for us to see some lower prices, and use this information how you would like to. Of course, it is not advice, but I personally am accumulating Ethereum right now. And for extra crypto updates throughout the day in real time on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins as well, make sure you're following me over on my Twitter, and the link to my official Twitter account is in the description down below, and it's also linked in the pinned comments down below for those of you that want to stay up to date in these markets at all times. And of course, all of this extra content is completely for free over on my Twitter. But anyway, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more update videos just like this every single day. As always, I really do appreciate every single one of you on this channel. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for all of the amazing support that you show every video. And in case you missed it, I just uploaded a video showcasing my top 3 metaverse altcoins that I'm paying attention to right now for some huge gains. And that metaverse crypto video is popping up right here on your screen right now. So once again, definitely check that out if you haven't already. But anyway, that is really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.